What is up, sisters? In this video, I'm going to cover the 3 key components to self-leadership: self-awareness, sustainability, and transparency in what you're doing. So let's go with self-awareness first, because you have to know yourself. You got to know yourself in order to grow yourself, yeah? You got to know yourself in order to back yourself to take those steps that you need to take. So self-awareness, if you don't got it, you can't see why you're doing what you're doing. And when you're doing things that are not conducive to what you're trying to do, you don't know why you're doing those things. So when you don't know why you're doing those things, you keep doing them, right? You don't know what the deeper driving forces are. You don't know how to make changes to them. So you just keep doing what you're doing. However, if you do have self-awareness, you can see why you're doing what you're doing. You understand. You can track, you can navigate through your psyche where these things are coming from, what is driving the behavior, and then you can start to make changes if you decide, right? There's plenty of times where I've seen things in myself and then I just haven't done anything about it. That also happens, but at least we can't say we didn't know. So self-awareness is powerful because we get that choice. Really, there are people in the world who have always done what they've always done because they haven't been out, they haven't had the knowledge, the information really accessible to them. They don't have the time. Maybe they're in war-torn countries, or they've just got bigger fucking things on their plate to worry about than trying to improve their mindset or how they feel or how they lead themselves. Maybe they're in just purely survival mode. And I'm not talking to those people, but most of us here in Australia and New Zealand, or wherever you might be in the world listening to this, we've kind of got some form of security and safety in these countries. So, when it comes to being able to access this information, we got it, right? You're watching this video on an iPhone, right? So when we allow ourselves to be self-aware, we give ourselves the power of choice, okay? Now, awareness does not equal action, so let's keep rolling. Sustainability is our second core pillar of self-leadership. If you don't have sustainability in what you do, then you're going to burn out. You push yourself to the limit. You're pushing yourself to do what you need to do. But force is not sustainable. When we push, when we force, when we are under pressure, we cannot keep that up, right? At some point, there will be a straw that breaks the camel's back, is what I'm saying. And we end up in pain. We end up in suffering because we've been pushing. So if we do know how to work sustainably, then we can keep going. We've got the flow, we've got the flow to keep going, to do, to be, to have what we need to have. So we flow, we are okay with slowing down, with pausing, and we're relaxed, So therefore, we've got a lot more pleasure in this life. So here's the thing. People are striving for sustainability. Everyone is striving for sustainability because that means security. That means safety. But here's the thing. A lot of people are striving for that sustainability from the outside. People are looking for it on the external, right? Remember this, our internal shapes our external world, never the other way around, okay? And I've got some stories that I'm going to be sharing over the next couple of days, weeks, months, whenever I get to it, right? If we develop the foundations within, that will shape what happens externally, never the other way around. And we know that because we know of stories of millionaires, billionaires that, go to their grave unhappy, okay? So the external never shapes the internal. Our third pillar is transparency. If we don't have transparency, we are hiding. Simple. Transparency means to show, right? To show transparently. If we are not doing that, we are hiding something. It is as simple as that. Reasons will vary. Subtleties will vary, but subtle or heavy, if we don't have transparency, we are hiding something. A wall is a wall, y'all, and a wall keeps things out. both ways. So when we're protecting ourselves by not showing something, we are hiding. And there's nothing wrong with that at all, except for when we declare that we want to be seen, except for when we say we're on a mission to show up and be an example for others, except then if we don't have transparency and we're saying we want to be seen, that is called illogical behavior. It is illogical behavior because we're saying we want to be seen, yet we're hiding, right? So what happens is that we'll be hiding behind what we do in order to create impact, but who are we really impacting when we are hiding? Okay, and so if we do have transparency, we are fully outing ourselves and we emanate acceptance. The moment you out something about yourself and be fully transparent, your energy speaks for you. You emanate acceptance. You emanate truth and possibility. Your energy speaks and connects with people, and that is what creates a connection, a bond with somebody energetically. And this is attraction, energetic based connection and relating, right? Versus relying on what you do and what you can say and what you can regurgitate, and then hopefully someone will buy that. But when we act that way, we're only ever going to call in people that want to do stuff about their problems. And if we take the code that we just finished talking about, that our internal world shapes our external world, never the other way around, it doesn't matter what you do, right? What you do is external, and that will never shape and create the true lasting change that we're trying to get to. So these 3 core pillars inside of the Elite Self Leadership Training, these uphold what we do. Everything we do falls under one of these 3 pillars, either self-awareness, either sustainability, or transparency. We're training to develop these things. We're training to strengthen these things, so that we can know ourselves and back ourselves, so that we can support ourselves sustainably, and so that we can show ourselves and connect with people like cleanly. So these are our 3 pillars. If you have any questions, drop them below. And I'm just looking forward to those of you who are wanting to jam. If you do want to jam, there's a link below to book in a discovery call, aka a sales call, to find out if my boat and your mission are in alignment. So if you wanna jam, if you want to have a discussion about that, click the link below and we'll do it. All right, that's all for now. Bye.